After spending some time animating, you might be thinking, wow, gray is such a terrible color. But don't worry, because that can be fixed, as Blender allows you to color and texture your objects. You would find this in the materials in the properties section on the right. It is this red ball icon right here. This will allow you to change the color and texture. But for now, we don't really have any materials, because I deleted the old cube and replaced it with a new one. So we can go ahead, if you want to start one, to click New. And this will bring up all the options and materials, where you can start color and texture your object. Now note how there are a lot of different options and commands, but don't worry because as this is a tutorial for basic starters, we won't be going through a lot of these. Now, under here, we have the name of our material. Seeing as our cube is called material 0.001, I feel that that's a terrible name for a cube. So we're just going to call it cube, or box if you want, and be done with that part. Under it is the preview. The preview will show our visual representation of what the mesh would look like after it's been rendered. Seeing as we have a cube and not a ball, I think we can go ahead and change this by using the items on the right side, like so. Under this will be the diffuse, and this will be the color. So we can just go change the color by clicking on the white, and we'll be brought up to a color wheel. We can go change this to a nice blue, because, you know, who doesn't like blue? So now we have our nice color, and you'll notice how the visrep has changed blue, and so has our model in the real world. So now that you have a nice blue box, we can go down one under to specular or shine. This will let us put a little shine on the blue, so I guess we can make a nice, say, red shine or orange, and you could see the change here, but not on the cube because the cube doesn't really have any lighting on it. Now, what you also want to know with the specular is its intensity. So you could raise its intensity a bit, which would make it more intense on the light, like so. Or you can make the hardness go up and down. Now you would use hardness as a way to make it softer or sharper, so you would use a high hardness if you're making really reflective items like glass or metal, and low hardness if you're making sort of items that can't reflect a lot of light, like cloth. Now we can skip shading because we don't need shading for this part, but we can go straight to transparency. Now transparency may be important, but even though you have all these options, all you want to focus on right now is alpha, because alpha is sort of the transparency of the materials. So if we bring it down, notice how the visrep sort of goes a bit more transparent. This would be more useful when you're making items like glass or any other reflective material that is sort of transparent. So you can sort of play around with this, like making different colors or different shines, and just see how it works, see if you have any textures or anything. And we go into the next part, which is rendering, which will show you where and how all this comes to life.